nightmares. Sarah Jane Amblin herself lay sprawled on the floor in front of the monitors. The entity that had murdered her, Alpha, the swarm, still hovered over her remains, twisting itself back and forth as if examining her, looking for signs of further life to drain. Above them, Garot's massive face was displayed in mosaic over the entire wall of monitors, missing only the screens blacked out and cracked by the impact of Ms. Amblin's body. He looked like a religious maniac who'd painted his face with a giant black crucifix from forehead to lips. The paint chipped and cracked. His dark grin filled the second row from the bottom. "Hello again, Harry. Did you miss me?" The writer bellowed laughter. Everything was a big, fat joke to Mr. Garot. He was probably having a blast, laughing it up in that fish tank of his in the labyrinth of servers beneath his creepy old house. "You crazy boomer asshole!" Naya cried, peering up at Garot from the front row of computer terminals, accusation in her eyes. Alpha entity darted toward Naya at the sound of her voice, writhing and pulsating, leaving Ms. Amblin's remains behind. Naya leaped to her feet and ran, tripped over a desk chair and sprawled across the aisle. Panting, she rolled over and screamed one final time as the swarm, as Alpha, descended upon her. Harrison closed his eyes. He didn't like Naya. He didn't like any of his former co-workers. But having seen the Alpha suck the life out of Ms. Amblin made him realize he didn't dislike any of these people enough to delight in watching them die. Her scream ended abruptly, almost as if Garot had pressed stop on a Halloween horror sounds tape. "That's better now, isn't it?" the man himself said, his dark grin widening into a smile. "We can hear ourselves think." Harrison opened his eyes again, cautiously. The swarm hovered between himself and Naya's dead body, convulsing like an unstable element, a dark mass of dead energy hungry for the life pumping through his veins. For a moment he wondered if the featureless faces swirling within the cloud were scrutinizing him, sizing him up, the way they seemed to have studied Miss Amblin's corpse only moments ago. He had no doubt Garot would let it do the same to him, if he didn't follow the man's orders to the letter. "I did what you asked. You promised you'd let me live." "And so I shall," the face spread across the monitor wall said. "But we have much to do before nightfall, Harry. There's still the little problem of getting me out of here, and that, unfortunately, will require some assistance. The children who just left, can you keep track of them?" Harrison nodded. "As long as their headsets are on, they should be easy to ping. If not, we'll have to use facial recognition from the security cameras." He frowned. "You know, this would be a lot simpler if you didn't kill everyone who could have actually helped me." "I'm helping you, Harry. The rest of the team were an impedance to our great work. We'd have to explain how we got from there to here, and you know I find backstory oh so tedious." Harrison bit his tongue. "Find the children, Harry. I want you to keep an eye on them. Don't do them any favors, though. When they survive, I want it to be by the skin of their teeth. It can't be made easy for them. Life isn't easy, nor should death be." "Okay," Harrison said. "But why them? Why not someone stronger, more capable?" The smile stretched across the screens grew wistful. "Because the boy was my #1 fan once. I believe he'll do what needs to be done without even being aware I've been pulling his strings. And the girl has moxie in spades. She reminds me of myself in my youth." Whatever moxie was, Harrison didn't think he'd seen it. She'd seemed like a typical stuck-up teenaged girl to him, a spoiled princess. "But I could do it so much easier," he said. "I know the tunnel system, the server grid, the hatch code. I could be with you in less than an hour, depending on—" "Tut-tut, Harry, my boy. You're far too delicate. My park would eat you alive. You'll be safe in here, as promised, and I need you at your terminal. I'll have my hands full with all of my..."